Hi, everybody. Craig here. Welcome to episode 15 of my 4-player free-for-all Age of Wonders 4 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing as Straelak Soulreaper, and I'm leading the human Hollowkin. For more information on my leader and race characteristics and specifications, please check the video description. In our last episode, we won an important and decisive battle against Tarin, one of our opponents here. You can see that we have quite a few of our forces remaining. We did obviously lose some units, and we did suffer quite a bit of damage for a lot of our units, but the important part is we won the battle. Tarin herself was actually in that fight as well, so very, very important. I think I would have kind of classified that battle as a must-win for us. We obviously did make some mistakes in the battle. It wasn't perfect, but overall, we had a very, very good outcome. We were able to make use of some of our new spell casting capabilities, in particular the upgrade Death Magic here, which gave us 10 combat casting points per unit death or kill in combat, which was giving us effectively almost an unlimited supply of spell casting in that battle. Because we have such good mana income, we really didn't have to worry about mana, and so we had almost unlimited casting points as a result, which made that extremely powerful for us. Now, on the other side of the map here, on the other front, I guess you'd say the battle with Tarin is kind of the western front, and then the battle with Ishka is on the eastern front. So you can see here on the eastern front, unfortunately, we are in not a great position. Ishka has some very, very strong units, and now they have Whiteborn, of course. You can see here between the two stacks, we've got about 2,000 combat points there versus our stacks here, which are retreating to try to get back to our domain. But I believe they're going to be caught by Ishka's forces. We were also maybe trying to reinforce with our other hero, but unfortunately here, if you look, we've got, I'd say, about 1,600 points there, give or take. So we're really not in great shape in terms of, stack to stack. Ishka's got stronger forces. So we may end up getting attacked by her. We'll have to see. Maybe our new casting point upgrade can help us out in that battle. We'll have to find out. In any case, I think it's going to be interesting to see what comes next this episode. Now, before I jump in, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some fantastic comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from David Houston. David pointed out that, and this is relevant for what I was just talking about with Ishka's forces here, I had lamented in the last episode that the Berserkers that Ishka have this ability called Berserker's Rage. So when this unit's total hit points reach 33% or lower, it becomes, for a single turn, both Berserk and Steadfast. And we'll just take a quick look here at what Steadfast means, because that was the thing I was the most concerned about. Steadfast means that this unit cannot have fewer than 1 hit points. So it basically makes the unit sort of immortal for a turn, or at least keeps them alive at 1 HP for an extra turn, which means they're around and can continue doing some pretty nasty damage potentially. So that can really be quite a thorn in the side. Now, what David is mentioning is that it might be possible to avoid triggering Steadfast if I'm able to get the unit, let's say, to about, maybe something like 40% of their max hit points. So low enough that I've not triggered the 33% cutoff to have Steadfast proc. And then once that unit's at 40%, try and hit them with something that will do enough damage to then outright kill them, which is a tall order because that's going to require a lot of damage. But if I can do that, I might bypass the Steadfast being triggered, because again, if you do some damage and they end up at 20% health, well, then that's going to proc the Steadfast. So I appreciate David pointing out that there might be a way around it, because that's actually going to be very valuable for me if we are able to bypass that, given that we've got 1 here and then 2 others in this stack, and they're tier 3 melee units that could do some heavy damage. Not to mention we've got at least a couple of Necromancers here. Yeah, we've got 3 in this stack and 1 in the other stack. And since these units are Whiteborn, they're going to be able to be revived. So they're going to be quite the pain to deal with. So I appreciate David pointing out that there might be some workarounds. The next comment here is from Death. Death had some great tips and tricks for me, and good learning points here in regards to the battle I had with Tarin. Death agreed with my assessment that overall, it went pretty well. However, definitely some things I can improve on and things I could have done differently. So Death mentioned that only 3 armies per side can join a battle. So I didn't realize this, but when I triggered the battle, this stack of 2, I could have moved them into my group of 4 and had them still participate in the battle. As it stood, they didn't actually get to join in the fight, and that's because, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 stacks here, and they were a 4th stack, so they didn't get to come along for the battle, and that would have been nice to have 2 extra units. So just a good thing to remember there, that you always want to optimize your stack dynamics, I guess you could call them, or your stack composition in regards to fighting, because you've only got that 3 stack limit per side per battle. Death also mentioned that I could have used Dark Ritual more often or sooner in the battle, and that's a good reminder here. Of course, Dark Ritual is not a once per battle. It actually just has a two-turn cooldown, and so it can be used repeatedly in a fight. And since that was a fairly long battle, we probably could have used it a couple of times. Instead, I kind of waited until I had quite a few corpses before I used it, which, was great because I got a whole bunch of zombies at once. But what might have been better is once I had, the option to maybe get 1 or 2 of them, I could have used it and then, waited for it to recharge. And in the meantime, I have a combat spell I could use that would have allowed me to get some zombies going as well. So just a good kind of tactical reminder there from Death that Dark Ritual can be used multiple times. And, there's sort of that, I can't remember how the saying goes, but it's something like, don't let perfect be the enemy of good or something like that, meaning that, sometimes you might be waiting and waiting and waiting for the perfect opportunity and the most opportune thing to do, whatever it is you're going to do. But sometimes, just having a good opportunity is plenty. And you should take that, because if you wait for the perfect, it'll never happen. So just a good kind of general philosophy, I guess, there from Death. Another thing that Death pointed out is that in regards to kind of tactical approach in the battle, in this fight especially, but just in general, might be worth kind of focusing on killing the squishier, higher damage units first, if possible. And that's especially relevant for me now, because if I can kill off units that have less health more quickly, I can then start turning them into zombies and getting them back more quickly to help me out as units on my side. And that's also mitigating a lot of the damage that's going to come my way. In that last battle, there was an archer that I think was doing like 50 damage a shot or some ridiculous thing, and I left that archer alive for far too long. It would have been better to prioritize killing those units rather than using spells and other things on the tank units that were up front, which is what I was trying to prioritize to then give my units the opportunity to proceed into their back ranks and do more damage. But I think because those tanks weren't really as big a threat to me in terms of raw damage, they were just kind of preventing my units from advancing. I think actually Death is making a great point that getting some of those kills on those units in the back might have been useful, and then I could have cast a spell to turn them into zombies and kind of created a bit of a pincer. So really good point from Death. And then finally, Death just mentioning that it does seem that the video quality has improved, especially this was quite a large battle, probably one of the biggest battles that we've had in this series so far. And Death mentioned that the video quality was substantially better and less choppiness. So it seems like some of the video encoder settings that I've tweaked in OBS have made a difference. So I'm very glad to hear that. As always, I'm trying to have the best viewer experience for you guys. So I'm always continuing to try to optimize. So I appreciate that feedback from Death. As always, guys, big thank you for the excellent comments and suggestions. Without any further ado, let's jump into the episode. So, speaking of stack optimization here, we probably want to figure out how we want to rearrange our armies here. So, we do have this Iron Golem, and we have a Necromancer here. We've got a Skeleton who's pretty beat up, and a Snow Spirit currently at Soldier rank. So, definitely still a ways to go to get it into the champion where it would evolve into that Snow Spirit, the full Snow Spirit rather than the lesser. So I think what we might end up doing here is it'd probably be good to add in at least maybe the Snow Spirits into Straelak's group because they do benefit from some extra experience. That said, it might be good to get the Night Guard and the Warlock in there because, again, they are kind of very powerful units if possible. One thing we're probably going to do, though, is have to wait a turn because there are some units here that can't move any further. Like this group here, the Necromancer's pretty much done its movement. That being said, we may want to press in to try to press our advantage. The only caveat is because we are not in our own terrain, we are not going to heal as quickly. Now, there is an upgrade, I believe, that gives us that benefit. Let's see if I can find it here. I believe it's a shadow ability. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here it is. Your armies regenerate plus 10 hit points per turn in hostile domain. This is one that I think we're going to have to save up and try to acquire, because that's going to be really important when we're pressing the offensive. We need to keep our units healthy. So there's a couple options here, I guess. We could just retreat back into our domain for a turn, give us a chance to heal and regroup, and then proceed in, which, you know what, I don't hate that idea. So maybe let's do that. I mean, I know it's maybe not the most exciting thing to do, but we can go like this, move back. You know what, we can even just join up like that. There we go. So we've got our 2 stacks. They're going to get some health back at least before we proceed forward. And then we can jump into Tarin's domain and see if we can locate Tarin's throne city, because we still don't know where that is. We can also maybe try and clear out this dragon's lair, which has been causing us some grief as it's spawning units. I guess it hasn't really caused us too much grief now that I think about it, but it would still be good to get rid of it. All right, so let's see what else we've got on the docket here. So remains of Ponder Starseer have been collected. Okay, so, oh, right, this was the hero that we killed in the battle with Tarin there. So let's actually inspect and see what items Pondar has. Ooh, nice. Tier 3 Greaves. Gives Juggernaut. Unit may crush non-fortified obstacles and grants +2 defense. Staff of Decay, that's the staff that Straelak currently has. Wand of Provocation. You can inflict Taunted. Wand of Lightning Strike. Deals damage in a 3-hex line. And then we've also got Magic Missile Wand. Those could definitely come in handy. We've got a Mass Rejuvenation ability here. Friendly units gain temporary hit points and regeneration. Angel Eyes, Celestial unit type, Flying Movement, and Faithful. You know what? I think we're just going to sell because we are low on gold and those items wouldn't be bad. So let's sell those remains. Very nice. And then, you know what? Let's go to my heroes. Yeah, so we can definitely give Straelak an upgrade for his Greaves there. We'll confirm that. We've also got some additional abilities here, so let's grab... you know what? Magic Missile Wand would probably be better on a hero that needs some ranged attacks. So let's jump over to... Sereth here, I don't think has any ranged attacks. Sereth is quite a beast. We've got Life Drinker. We've got Staff of Decay. We're going to leave Life Drinker with Sereth right now. You know what, though? The hero that's going to be in combat, I believe, is Umzish, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just confirm that. I'm thinking about if Ishka's going to attack us. Yeah, this is Umzish here. So let's give Umzish the items if we can, just to give her a little bit better fighting chance in combat. Okay, so the legs we can't do yet. That's going to take a turn. We could give her the Wand of Magic Missile at least, or the Wand of Lightning Strike. Let's do the Lightning Strike for her. And then we'll give the Magic Missile to Sereth. And you know what? We could do the Wand of Provocation as well for what that's worth, I guess. I don't know if we even really need it or not. Wonder, can we sell the Wand of Provocation? Yeah, let's just sell that. Not particularly interested in it, so get a little bit of gold that way. You know what? If we have some redundant equipment, that would be something. I haven't really thought about it, but we could certainly sell some of it to improve our gold situation, because gold is kind of a limiting resource for us at the moment. Let's take a look at our spells here. So, again, the big spell that we cast was Whiteborn. So that's great. We've already got that going. We don't have to worry. So I'm probably going to go for one of these unit upgrades here. So Necrotic Magic wouldn't be bad. We've got, let's see, Restore Undead. That could be used to heal some of our units, but I think we're going to end up in combat before that's even useful for us, really. Let's get Siege Magic going, maybe. We can do Siege Magic and Necrotic Magic to buff our Battle Mage and support units here. I think that's going to be good. So we will, I'm just double checking. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So let's do Siege Magic. We'll get that one going. And then, you know what? I think we're going to just end our turn there. Like I said, you know, at least now we're giving our units here an opportunity to heal up. Ooh, I guess, you know what? We might as well make some... we got a little bit of gold to work with, so let's see. We could recruit somebody else while we're at it. You know, another Necromancer wouldn't be the worst idea. 'Cause I think we've only got a single one, or maybe two. Yeah, we've got two of them. And now that our units are undead, that's a very powerful upgrade to have. The ability to bring your units back from the dead. Does cost us some souls, but that's okay. I think we'll do that. Now, let's see if we can produce any structures here. So Red Fjorn has, we could do the Masonic Hall or the Stone Walls. Otherwise, we could, you know, do some of our special province improvements. I think getting a soul well actually would be pretty useful if we can get one going. Let's just double check and see what we're doing in Forndusk. Okay, yeah, we're still working on that Town Hall level 3, which we'll have very shortly. And then, what about in Dim Tur? Right, Dim Tur, we are working on a soul well, which is great. So, I think for Red Fjorn, we're just going to hold off, because I really don't think it's worth spending a bunch of gold right now on anything. Especially nothing is boosted, so let's just hold off and save our gold. So we'll hold that, and we will end it there. Alright, so the big question is going to be, is Iska going to attack us? And I'm thinking the answer is going to be yes. Wow, she didn't. Okay. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked, because now we have the opportunity to actually bring our hero down and join up with our forces here, which is going to make a huge difference for us. Now, I have to remember that only 3 units can be pulled into battle at a time, so we are going to have to try and work with our stacks. But I think what we can do now, we can get this hero down to join the party, and we can then form up a fighting force to go and deal with our opponent here, which is great. So, oh boy, I was so worried about Ishka attacking us. I really thought that because she's a fair bit stronger, we'd be in a tough spot. But let's see, how long until Sorcerer's Solace? Okay, they'll be our vassal in 4 turns, hopefully. So that will be great. And then once they're our vassal, they will help us in this fight. So that's going to make a big difference. Yeah, so we might want to rebalance these stacks a little bit. So I'm thinking here, let's send this unit who's pretty badly damaged maybe back home, just for some healing. We can replace that unit with the Warlock. And then, now the only thing is I don't know if this stack is quite close enough to be pulled into combat. Oh, they are not. Okay, that's good to know. So we definitely want to move in closer then. I think what I'll do is I'll have this unit run to the back. I will step over 1. And now, should we get attacked, it will pull in all the stacks there, which is great. Now, one thing to note here is that this unit is a elite rank and is getting closer to being to getting promoted, so that's really good. But I think for now we will keep things as they are. So those stacks can just stay put. Nice. Okay, Forndusk has that town hall, like I mentioned. Let's go over. Whoops. Let's go over there and check it out. So the nice thing about that is that I remember I was building it. I just can't remember what the purpose was. I think that's going to now allow me, once the city grows again, I think then we'll be able to annex the Gorgon's Lair. I think that was the problem we were having, is that we couldn't, yeah, and you can see there, right, that was the issue. It was that our annexable range was at its limit, and we couldn't grab the Gorgon's Lair. But now with that town hall, we should be able to, it expanded our domain, and now we'll be able to, when it's time, once the city grows, we'll be able to grab the Gorgon's Lair. So that was the rationale behind that, which is fantastic. So now let's see, what might we want to build? Ooh, the Scholars Guild is boosted, but it's going to take 7 turns. So I don't want to wait 7 turns, because in 3 turns... Well, actually, I guess, you know what? I'm not really building anything. I'm just going to be annexing, so that would actually be fine. I'm just seeing what else might be useful. We've got a Wizard Tower, Room of Recall. That would mean that our ruler would respawn with full hit points. I mean, I think Straelak's got pretty solid units with him, and now with our spell casting, I'm less worried about him getting, you know, kind of ambushed and killed. So, not to say it couldn't happen, but oh, I see. So only 1 guild is allowed per city. So I could go with the Scholars Guild, or presumably a lot of the other structures have their own guild types that can be built. Oh yeah, there. See, a Workers Guild, Farmers Guild, Merchants Guild. Mages Guild. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So what else does the Scholars Guild do? So plus 10 knowledge income per research post. And it looks like we've got 2 of them at least. So, yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. What does the mint do? Let's see. Merchants Guild. Plus 10 gold income per mine. We don't currently have any, so that would be kind of useless. This requires 4 quarries to unlock, and you'd get extra. So, okay, fairly standard. It's kind of the same type of upgrade. So, really, the Scholars Guild is the one that we actually can build. So, I think it makes sense to do it then. Even though it's kind of going to commit us to that path. All right, well, let's do it. It's boosted. We'll start working on it. That does use up our gold, but I think that's going to be a good investment. New Empire development skill is available. So, oh, that's up here. So we've got your heroes gain experience 200% faster. Well, that could be pretty darn useful. We just have to get some more Imperium. That's the thing we're kind of short on right now. Nice. Siege Magic's ready to go. Let's cast that. Very nice. That impacts our Necromancers, our Warlocks. That's going to be very helpful for us, I think. And now we may as well... Ooh, Ruler Ishka has returned. I just saw that. So, okay, mental note. This is where Ishka's throne city is. I just saw that in the blurb there. Looked like Redfjorn can annex a province. I didn't mean to unselect that, but we'll go back and deal with that. But, so, okay, mental note. Ishka's capital is right here. That's where her throne city is. So it's pretty much directly south of our soon-to-be vassal, right in this area. So we just have to remember that, make a mental note of it. This is right where her throne city is. So when we want to try to get her out of the game, that's where we have to head. So we're going to have to go across the water, it would appear. All right, that's good to know. I guess the other option might be going underground and seeing if we can go that way. But, well, that's helpful. At least we know where her throne city more or less is. We got lots of other spells ready to cast here. I think we'll also get Necrotic Magic going. That's another boost for our Battle Mage and Support type units. So let's get that one going. All right, so our units have had a chance to get quite a bit of their health back. Unfortunately, this Night Guard is still in rough shape, but I think we're feeling a little better. So let's start heading in there and seeing what we can find. Okay, so Ishka's got this Arbalest guarding the outpost, which I'm not at all concerned about. We're going to just bypass it. We want to head in and see what we can find in there. That being said, for Redfjorn, I should probably... Yeah, and I've got that Necromancer going, so we do want to still have some units going. As mentioned there, we can annex another province, so I think what we want to first do is just figure out, are there any that have a structure that's going to help us out with anything? Not seeing that so far. Yeah, I'm not seeing any resource nodes or anything like that that are going to be beneficial. So I guess the next question is, what kind of structure do we want to be able to perhaps build something else here? So this city has quite a few mines, so it would probably be useful to get more merchants, a merchants guild going, perhaps. Thinking that might be good. We would need 4 farms to boost it. We currently don't have any farms, so it's not going to be a boosted production, unfortunately. We need a monolith if we want to get a... Or, excuse me, we need a conduit if we want a monolith. I don't think we currently have an option for any of those. I'm just panning around. Yeah, none of the tiles we're going to be able to annex can do that for us. Let's see what else we might have available. Stone walls, that's more quarries. Scholars Guild we've already looked at for the other city. Overlord's Tower. Gives you mana and draft income. It doesn't look like it's boostable. So, what about an estate hall? You need 3 foresters. We only have 1. Masonic hall. So, we should probably get some farms going, admittedly. Either that or we accept that we're not going to be able to boost this production and we still go for it. It's just, man, 9 turns. That's pretty rough. Let's see. This one, if we built 1 forester, we'd be able to boost the Scholars Guild. But there's only a single research post. We'd have to get another research post. So, yeah, I'm thinking probably we... I mean, I just don't think we're going to get enough farms to be able to boost it. So, let's go with what we actually need for the city. Maybe another... Yeah, there's no other opportunities for mines, unfortunately, so... Forester wouldn't be the worst idea. Alright, let's just grab this one here. There we go. Okay, Evil Presence Lingers. That's the Dragon's Lair. Alright, now this group, as I mentioned, we are going to just have them stay put because now we are able to get into the fight there. We're sending this Corrupt Soul back just to get some healing. And, yeah, I think we're just going to stay put. So, we'll tell these units to just hang out. Same with this guy. He's going to just sit back here. This group is going to stay put as well, as is Straelak, because they've done all their movement. So that pretty much takes care of our turn. So I think we will end it there. You know, if we can just drag this out another turn or two, or another couple turns, and get Sorcerer Solace to be our vassal in those 3 turns, boy, that would be nice. Because then they'd help us out in this fight, but... Ruler Tarin Tinkermane has returned to Keystone. Interesting. Okay, so it's bringing my camera over here. So it must be whatever city is, like, right here. Maybe just on the... I can see a little bit of something in the mist there, so maybe it's right on the edge in that spot. Well, that's great. So we're on our way over there anyway, so let's keep moving and see what we find. Ooh, and look at this. NPC army of Marauder Guards. We've got some Lightbringers. They're just guarding that Silver Tongue fruit, so... not a big concern for us at the moment. Ooh, and look at this Dragon's Lair. Holy cow, we've got a Golden Dragon, Phoenix, Spirit Wolf, Lightbringer, 2 Chaplains. Holy cow, let's take a look at this Mythic unit, Golden Dragon. Very, very cool looking. It's got sort of more of that, kind of, I guess you'd say sort of more of like an East Asian aesthetic for the dragon design. That's very cool. Let's see here. We've got Draconic Rage. When it reaches 60% or lower hit points, it deals extra damage. That's pretty scary. High maintenance, so yeah, unit upkeep is really expensive. Terrifying Aura. It's got Spirit Aura. So if you're standing near it, you get damaged. I'm assuming this is the one, if you're aligned with good, that you would get. Let's just check out large target. Flying unit. Oh my gosh, and it's got the elite metal, so it's mythic. So it does extra damage, more defense, more resistance. And of course it's dragon. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to deal with. And quite frankly, I don't think we are necessarily strong enough to do that. So I think what I'd rather do instead is try to just get over and deal with Tarin's group. Oh, and look at this. Okay, we've got some units here that we could engage in battle. And I think if we do that, it would pull our troops in. Let me see. Yeah, I believe it would. And we could handle this without too much trouble. So let's make that happen. All right, very nice. I mean, you know, it's not... They're not nothing, but we can certainly fight them and hopefully get a good win here. So we've got Iron Golem, that's pretty strong, and then a lot of Tier 2 units, a bunch of Tier 1s that are pretty leveled up, so we'll just have to watch out. They could do some damage despite being those Tier 1 units. All right, we'll do this one manually. So hopefully we can handle this without too much trouble. Again, I'm thinking we probably want to take advantage of our spell casting as much as possible. All right, so let's just double check here again. So there's that Iron Golem and the Zealot, which is a melee unit. Range units in the back. We got some over there. So really, we just got that single archer and then the support units. So I think we'll be fine. We just have to kind of play this one. Hopefully not... we have to play it reasonably smart. So hopefully I can do that without bungling it. So we'll bring our Warlock over. And we're just going to shift our forces and kind of turtle up over here, I think. Necromancer can cruise on over and throw a buff onto the Undead Cavalry, I think. There we go. Night Guard can pull back. He's a little bit beat up, so I don't want to put him in any risk if I don't have to. We'll throw a Restore onto our... I'll check. That's the Wand of Inversion, right. So we'll throw it onto our Cavalry. Get them going. Our Night Guard here is going to move up. Provide some defensive melee protection there. Dark Knight can advance a little bit. And Snow Spirit can go right here as well. And we'll throw on the shield wall. And I think that's going to about do it for us there. Really, it's just kind of going to let them come to us for the most part. We want to get our spell casting going. I almost forgot, though, we can boost some of our undead with Strength and Undead. So, might as well do that. Make that happen. There we go on our powerful pikemen. This skeleton as well can kind of cruise over. Get in there on that shield wall. And that's going to do it. So we'll end it there. And then we're going to let them proceed over towards us. There's some buffs, okay. And that's going to free up our spell casting now, so we should be able to start using that a little bit. So, got a Halberdier, we've got Iron Golem. So, let's see. Back here, I'm curious, what kind of damage can we do with a Soulfire Blast? You know, not bad. We could start hitting this Archer for some work. What are our other spells again? We've got the big curses we can use. We've got Soul Overflow, which would buff our units. Does cost us some souls, but that's not the end of the world. Of course, we got our Raised Zombies, which we're keeping in our back pocket. Yeah, I think it's probably worth hitting these units in the back and start whittling them down a bit. So let's do that. Here we go. All right, so first things first here. Let's think about how we want to handle this. So again, ideally, I want them to come into me. Like I want them to have to come and attack me. Basically, is what I'm saying. Let's throw on a curse onto their big boy. Can we do that again? Yes, we can. So we'll curse both units. Very nice. And then our Necromancer. So I think what we'll do, like I said, is we're just going to form a defensive line. They're going to have to kind of basically deal with here. So let's go like this, like this. So those two are going to form the main defensive line. Straelak's going to kind of fall in behind them here a little bit. Ooh, and I left that Warlock a little bit open, but I think should be fine because they can't really get to him anyway. Now this group over here, they can't make it to us just yet either, so we should be fine. So the Snow Spirit can cruise over to here. I think that should be okay. Yeah, that's fine there. Skeleton can even move up as well. Skeleton might get killed, but we can always use a revive on it if necessary. The Necromancer as well, I think I'd like to move in. We'll have this Night Guard form a bit of a rear guard despite being heavily damaged. And then I think that's going to about do it for us. Yeah, that Snow Spirit can just stay put. Dark Knight's going to hide behind and can then cruise out and do a charge if necessary. Nice, there's that shield wall. Some extra resistance, sure, why not? And yeah, I think they're a little bit out of range. You know what, let's throw on an overchannel. And we can hit another Soulfire if we really wanted to. I mean, we could do some big damage to these guys, actually, now that I'm seeing it. But might be good to just keep whittling down these guys in the back. The Archers are susceptible. The only thing is these units have a little bit more resistance to it. But yeah, I'm going to keep hitting the Archer in the back there. See if I can maybe kill them with spells almost entirely. And I think we will end it right there. Okay, so they're buffing up the tanks, which makes sense. Oof, really strengthened them up. Yeah, so I expected our skeletons to kind of get hit. That's not a surprise. That little bit of lifesteal is pretty helpful. Okay, there's those archers coming in to hit us. When they looks like they hit their own unit. That's kind of funny. Nice. Okay, good defense from our boys. Our pikemen holding their ground. Ooh, nice retaliation there. Really good damage. All right, and there, the other side's moving in, so now we're going to have to deal with that. So let's grab some more spell casting here. So I'm thinking we throw on another Soulfire. These units up front, we could blast them. We could straight up kill the archer in the back, so I'd like to do that. So let's make sure we get that unit killed off. There we go. All right, and now our Warlock can step up and really let these units have it a bit. So I would like to do that. So we'll go like this. Oh, man, still only a 50% chance, huh? All right, well. Okay, that's fine. Necromancer can do a good blast. Thinking we want maybe our cavalry to get in there and charge. Got to remember these units behind us, too. We don't want to forget that they're there. Run into problems, so... let's maybe let them have it a little bit. All right, we didn't do as much as I would have liked, but that's fine. One thing we can do is have our Necromancer step up into the pocket right here. Do some pretty solid damage, actually, when you look at it. So we'll blast right here. Very nice. And then Straelak himself can... do some work as well, but what I'd like to do is try and get a kill and use our Dark Ritual if possible. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here. Nice. And then, oh yeah, between these two I think we'll be able to get the kill no problem. You know what, let's even hit him with Freezing Burst, 50%. Nice, we got lucky, okay. Now we can get the kill with our pikemen. Fantastic. And then what we can do is we can use our Dark Ritual if we really wanted and get a zombie going. We could also get one back here, but I think it's probably better to have it up front. But before we do that, let's just see if there's any more damage we can do. Got our big boys up front here. Ooh, nice. We could almost kill this unit. You know what? Let's try this. See what we can do. Pretty good damage. And then can we maybe get the kill? Ooh. With a combo of attacks, we might be able to. Let's see here. Nice. And then, yes. Okay, excellent. And now what I'm thinking is, ooh, and I forgot we still got our cavalry back there. Because here's what I'm thinking. We can, we could actually use our heavy cavalry to charge in behind like this, or to flank in behind this unit. I definitely wouldn't mind charging into going after those zealots, but also a good flank shot here would be great. So what I'm thinking, though, is we use Straelak, we do our Dark Ritual like this, we grab 2 extra units to help us. Our cavalry could, you know what, like, let's just let our cavalry bypass here, maybe. Yeah, there they go. Nice, big charge, good damage. Straelak's gonna do his thing, here we go. Nice, there's some zombies. When you know what, we can hit here for some good damage. Pretty good. We could follow it up there, and then they're just one shot from death. Although I don't think we have any more damage dealing capacity from any of our units, sadly. Yeah, I think we're kind of out of damage. So it's really just our Night Guard now that is able to do much of anything, which is too bad. I think what I would do with the Night Guard is just put them in defense mode, and if a unit does go down, we can revive them. That being said, it's just, what should I do with this zombie? Should I go back here, or just... I think we'll go like this. Yeah, now that unit's pretty much toast. And then I think if I just see... Oh yeah, these guys will survive that without any trouble. So I'm going to leave the Night Guard where they are. And then we will end it there. So I'm pretty happy with that. Nice. Okay, just grazed us. No worries there. Yeah, so here I was expecting this flank. Oh, they taunted us. Okay, well, that's fine too. Okay, we took some damage, but nothing we can't handle. Nice, there's the retaliation and the kill. Oh, our cavalry just mangled that unit, which is great. Okay, so our unit being taunted is going in for the melee attack. Going to take some damage, but actually doing pretty good work on this unit. Oh yeah, look at that. That's great. Alright, no worries there. So, our cavalry can just charge right over to this unit here, and let's just blast them there. Good damage. Our zombie can move in to help. Sure, why not? Let's see now. On this side of things, we've got our curses we can use. So let's start with our further away warlock, who can drop a big sundering curse up here. And then this one can do a sundering curse right here. Perfect. We can get the kill with our necromancer like this. Fantastic. This necromancer is going to cruise on over here, do a nice magic blast. And then we should be able to just get the finish like this. Excellent. Okay, really good. And now really all that we're left to deal with is this Steel Shaper up there. And so, yeah, our units are in great shape. Everybody's pretty healthy at this point, so I think we got this one on lock pretty much. Straelak can cruise over and maybe hit him with a magic blast. Grazed him, still did some damage. I think everybody else is just going to hang out, so we'll just end the turn, and then I think this unit's pretty much toast, like I said. Alright, so our turn again here. We will just follow up and get the finish. Fantastic. Very, very happy with how that battle went. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we didn't lose any units. We took a bit of damage, but we didn't lose any units, which is the important part. And we did get a level up with Straelak, which is big. So overall, pretty happy with that outcome. Just whittling more of Tarin's units down, so can't complain about that. Let's do our level up here. So that's going to give us our next hero skill, signature skill, which is great. So let's deal with that. Okay, we've got options. So this is where we could get that extra astral affinity, and that would give us the ability to then get those tier 3 tomes eventually if we wanted. Let's just see what our options are here. So we've got Mana Unchained. Friendly units in a 1 hex radius gain 3 star blades, 2 strengthened. Demon Step. Unit teleports to target hex and deals damage to adjacent units. I think our one hero has that, if I'm not mistaken. I think Umzish has that. Frostfire Detonation. Deals damage to target unit, then deals 30% damage to all units in a 2 hex radius. It's not terrible. Summon Animal. Ooh, look at that. Summons a random tier 3 animal unit. This summon lasts for 3 turns. Now, that could be super helpful. We've gotten to see how powerful that can be with our other hero that summons the, I believe it's a elemental unit. Restoration. Heals target friendly unit 40 temporary hit points. Dispels negative status effects. Target friendly unit that is dead can be revived with 60% of its total hit points. Oh, wow. So this can be used to revive a unit. I think this one's less important for us now that we have so many of our units being undead and we have the necromancers, so I'm going to skip that one. And then Draining Blade deals damage to target enemy and heals you the same amount as the damage deal. Honestly, that one's not very good. The ones that appealed me the most would be Summon Animal, mostly just for its effect, or probably Mana Unchained, because that would give us the astral affinity. And that's honestly what I'm leaning towards. I would be mostly choosing this just for the affinity bonus. So I think that's what we'll go with. Nice, there it is. So we've got our 3 astral affinity. That's for down the road. We may end up wanting to choose that. If nothing else, it's just nice to have a bit of variety as well. Okay, so now we've got some options here. Right, so we've got plenty of support abilities. Let's see, spur to action. Target friendly non-hero unit regains its action points. Wow, and that's a free ability. As in, like, it doesn't cost any of our action points. That's pretty solid. Ooh, well, army leader, non-hero undead units in army have plus 10% damage. That could be pretty good. Well, army leader units in the army gain plus 10 accuracy. I mean, these are all good upgrades. Soul collector, yeah, we don't need that one. I really like these support abilities. I'm thinking spur to action might be the best choice. Getting a unit to have full... oh, it's only once per battle, though. I mean, it's still useful, but less useful maybe than Unholy Leader. So I'm going to grab Unholy Leader. Nice. That's awesome. So Straelak is now very, very powerful, which is really, really good for us. Close that out. All right. So Red Fjords produced the Necromancer, which is great. Just getting some extra units over here is going to help us out. We've still got a lot of work to do. Now, I was thinking I could do this battle just to clear this out while we're going through, but, you know, I don't even think that's going to be that helpful. I'd rather just focus on trying to get rid of Tarin's stuff here. So let's just regroup, merge our armies there, and then we'll wait till next turn because we can't move any further. So that's going to take care of that side of things. Now on this side over here, now we are actually able to perhaps mount a bit of a counteroffensive. Again, we're still waiting 3 more turns for that vassalage, but, you know, we could certainly at least start working our way down here. So let's do that. We'll go to about here, and then we're just going to get everybody down. Now, I probably should rearrange these stacks a little bit better, but honestly, I think they're pretty good the way they are for now. Just in that everybody's got, there's 3 full stacks at least. So, all right, we'll just grab this unit back into our home terrain here. Hop on the road, and then we'll just sit there and get the health back. This little unit, again, can't help out in this fight just yet. So maybe we'll head back as well and get some more health going. Kind of form up like a secondary backup stack over there. Necrotic Magic is ready to go. Let's cast that. Excellent. Very cool. So our Warlocks and Necromancers are now very, very powerful. We take a look. So they've got Necrotic Magic, Siege Magic. There's Soul Binders. They've got a lot of good upgrades for them, so that's very good. The Necrotic Magic meaning that your attacks have a chance to inflict decaying, which means that the unit's going to sustain blight damage each turn and cannot regain health. And it also counters regeneration, so that's pretty powerful when you think about it. All right. Oh, here we go. We've got that spell shield that we picked up via the Rally of the Lieges. So you know what? I will send this unit perhaps over this way. Can join in with this army, this little group, and start to form another stack. So I was just panning up to see what was going on out there. One thing I do want to check on is if I go to my... Where is it? Diplomacy. The Free City of... Yeah, Belstar. So it's 11 more turns until we have that Pact of Cooperation in place. So that's not terrible. Safe Word, let's go take a look at them. So they're currently a minor tributary. They will become a denying tributary in 40 turns, but I think, yeah, in 4 more turns we will be they'll be substantially less upset with us, which should help out in that regard. So that's good at least. All right. So, spell casting otherwise here. I mean, we can keep summoning Lesser Snow Spirits if we wanted, I guess. We could work on another Corrupt Soul, maybe. Let's see. Oh, Desecrate Structure, right. This is a pretty solid upgrade. Targets a resource node in your domain. Node provides +5 mana income. Yeah, let's get that going. Does cost a lot of souls, but again, souls are relatively renewable resource, so... Alright, Dim Tur. Structure-wise... Only thing currently boosted are the blacksmith and the caltrop stash. We could do the blacksmith, I guess. I mean, it is boosted after all. Eh, what the heck, let's do it. I mean, we're not doing much unit recruiting in Dimtur, but it's hard to say no to a boosted structure. The only thing about that is now we don't have much gold to do anything else, so... you know what I might do is... let's just go to Straelak here and look at some of these items. See what we could sell. So stuff that isn't equipped. We've got a bunch of helmets. I think our other heroes have helmets equipped. They do. So I'm happy to, I think, sell some of them. Let me just close this for a second and double check what our hero limit is. Yeah, so it's currently 3, so we'd have to up that if we wanted to get another hero. So let's just go back. Like I said, we're going to sell at least a couple of things here. So, we can definitely... We've got duplicates of the helmet, so let's sell one of them. Oh, what? That's equipped. Whoops. Oh, no, we want to sell. That's what we want to do. There it is. Okay, we'll sell one of them. We've got a horse. We've got a warg. These are all kind of the same. Bone Wyvern mount, though, is flying, which is pretty cool. I'm going to sell the horse. And I'm going to sell one of these wargs at least. Maybe 2 of them. Because these they're all kind of the same. Very fast cavalry, very fast cavalry. Let's sell another warg. Now we got a warg, a wolf, and a bone wyvern. I'm actually going to sell a wolf as well. There, okay, now we got plenty of extra gold for that, which is great. Let's just double check as well. We're missing some leg gear for Sereth. Let's equip these. Nice. Great. Yeah, there. So that's a little bit of extra gold. That helps a little. We definitely need to improve our gold income, though. That is for sure. So this Merchant's Guild, if we could eventually get it, would be very helpful. Maybe a golem mine. Counts as a mine, so we could definitely start producing that. We could just replace a mine with it. That would be probably a decent idea. Let's just go back and look at it again. Whoops. Golem mine. Spawns in a... Yeah, +5 production per adjacent quarry. Alright, yeah, let's get that going. We'll start working on a golem mine here. As for where to build it... So we've got a quarry there. Hang on a sec. Let's just cancel that for a second. So it'd probably be best to build it where it's adjacent to a quarry. So we've got mine over here. Don't think we have any adjacent quarries, unfortunately. Forester. Got the Dark Forge here. How does that Dark Forge function again? It counts as a mine, and you get extra draft per adjacent quarry or mine. So, you know what? Let's just replace this mine, I think. It's not going to benefit us as much, but let's just do that. The good news there is that the golem mine... Well, you know what? The mine currently is already providing 10. Oh, it's only... Okay, it's providing 5. My bad. Well, that'll double the amount of gold it's giving us, so... Let's do that. It's going to take a few turns for it to pay off, because we are spending 80 gold on it, but... There we go. And maybe next time we grab this and build another quarry over here to have some synergy with that structure. Oh, and look at that. Okay, we actually have negative income currently, so that's not ideal. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to deal with that situation. So you know what? Let's go back to our hero. Get a few more of these items. We might have to figure something else out for gold here. Trim the fat a bit on our empire. Let's sell the wolf here. Wand of Provocation. I think we're going to sell that. Evoker's robes, those are pretty good. We'll keep those. Chestplate of Vitality. You know what? That would actually be good. That's a straight upgrade for Straelak here. So let's equip that. The Arcfire Orb, I think we can probably sell that. Although it does have lifesteal, which is pretty good. The Mace of Smiting, also lifesteal. Or maybe that's just our upgrade because of our... Yeah, I think that's just because we're undead. Never mind. Alright, yeah, we'll have to sell some more stuff here going forward. And we'll have to figure out how we can improve our gold income situation. Let's just go back to Forndusk here and see what else we can wrangle up. Yeah, nothing really we can do there. Dim Tur, again, working on that blacksmith. You know what, let's cancel that. Yeah, so we'll do that. We hadn't spent anything on it. Okay, there. So that's fine. We don't really need that blacksmith right now anyway, so... Alright, I think we're fine. So that's going to do it for us there. This group, we're going to just tell them to stay put. Again, we don't want to move too far with any of these units here, so we'll go one further up the road. And there, I think that's at our limit now, basically. Oh, no. Yeah, this unit can't go any further, so that's where we'll tell these units to stay. The Necromancer can probably just stay put as well. This guy's moving to join as well, so I think there we're fine. And yeah, Dim Tur, we're not going to produce anything at the moment. Although, you know what? I guess we could go for the mint. Just to try to get that extra gold income. You know what? Let's do that. It's going to take 5 turns, and we are going to be really running a deficit, though. That's the problem. But that would fix our problem a fair bit. You know what? That's probably a better solution than what I'm doing over here. Wonder if... Can we cancel this? Yes, we can. All right, there we go. That's a much better solution. Getting the mint going in Dim Tur to fix our gold problem. So, all right, that's going to end it for us. Okay, so it looks like Ishka is just content to leave these units here, which is kind of surprising. Oh, interesting. Look at this. Revenant Horde. Shadows covering your realm cause long-dead soldiers to rise from their graves at a forgotten battle site near your city of Forndusk. Drawn to your dark radiance, the army marches upon Forndusk. Skeletons claw at your gates. Bone golems gnaw on your walls. Banshees howl at the few living souls that remain in your throne city. Where others would faint at the mere sight of this Revenant Horde, you see opportunity. To a master of shadow, these risen warriors are a gift. What purpose shall they serve? Oh, very cool. Bind the undead company to your command using magic. We'd get a Banshee, 2 Skeleton, and a Bone Golem. We definitely have the mana to spend on that. Open the gates. The dead are welcome. For 6 turns, we would lose some stability, but we would gain 2 population in Forndusk. Draft in Forndusk is blocked for 6 turns, but we would receive a whole bunch of extra knowledge. I'm kind of thinking we either take them as units or we improve the population. We would lose some city stability, but I'm not too worried about that. You know what, though? I think I'm going to grab them as units here. Let's grab them. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got a full ready-built army. We've got 2 skeletons, a Banshee, and a Bone Golem. Yeah, so let's head over. Now we've got plenty of units to do some fighting with. And I'm almost thinking we send this group perhaps down this way to help Straelak. The only problem is it's going to take them 5 turns to get there. So you know what? It's probably better to... Well, you know what? Okay, I got to think about this because we know where Ishka's throne is. It's down in this region right around here. We know where Tarin's throne is. It's somewhere in here, it looks like. Could even be underground, I guess. Oh, maybe this is the throne. Anvil. I don't know. Let's see. Artisan, merchant, orcish miners. Yeah, so Anvil might be her throne. I'm not sure. It's looking a little small to be her throne, though. That's the only thing. Oh, and you know what? I forgot I was going to eventually expand this into a full city. But I'm at my city limit, so I'd have to spend some Imperium on the city cap upgrade here, which I think is this one. Yeah, so I'd have to spend 200 Imperium. Oh, nice. We've got a couple new options in our Materium tree. Let's check that out. Cities that share a border with the Throne City gain plus 10% in all types of income. Okay, that could help with Dim Tur at least. Gain the breastplate of the champion hero item. I mean, it's not a bad item, but I don't think we need it that badly. Grabbing this would be also very helpful. Casting a combat spell reduces the cost of all other spell types by 25% for 2 turns. The only thing with this is it's almost overkill. Like, we have so much extra casting points from Death Magic, the upgrade here, that I almost don't think we need this as critically. Not to say it wouldn't be helpful, but it's not as useful for us. Just seeing, you know what, this one would be great. The Advanced Logistics, that would speed us up tremendously, especially since we're about to go across the water. But I think, well, we'll have to think about it here. So I'm going to save my points for now. But you know what, this is a great one in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. What would be the top priority for you guys in terms of what you think I should spend the Imperium on, you know? Should I go for... it's going to cost 200 to found a new city as well. So I could spend some here on expanding my city cap and then trying to build another city. I could go for some of these upgrades. I think probably this one wouldn't be bad because that would help our income situation, especially with gold. The other option, again, is we keep saving and go for Dark Vigor, which I think is one I definitely would really like to have. It'd be 2 more turns till we can get that one. Or maybe something in the Astral Tree. What's the next one here? Gain plus 20 combat casting points and world map casting points. I mean, that's helpful. We'd have it in 3 turns. So, again, we've got lots of options. Or maybe going, like I said, with the fast Advanced Logistics upgrade here. So let me know what you guys think. So we'll kind of procrastinate making that decision for now. Nice. Okay, Transmute Resources is done. Target friendly city converts their mana income, gaining gold production and food income equal to 75% of the mana income. So we can pick some new research. Rotting Explosion. Target friendly zombie unit explodes, dealing frost damage, blight damage, and applying decaying. With a 90% base chance to enemies within a 2 hex radius. That could be super useful in that it could really help our... You know, we got a zombie that's about to die, and then we could use it like a little grenade. Steel Skin, though, that's a minor race transformation that would buff our defense and our blight resistance at the cost of some lightning resistance, but I think that would be super helpful to have. Adaptive Armor. Once per turn, whenever enchanted units sustain non-physical damage, they gain bolstered resistance and status protection. You know what? I like that a lot. Let's grab that. Adaptive Armor would be a good upgrade for us there. New Empire Development Skill. Yeah, we've already looked at those, so that's good. Spell is ready. Desecrate Structure, so let's pop back up above ground here. We can target an owned node. So it would have to be on something like this. So let's do the Gold Vein here. Nice. So I think that means now this province... Right, there it is. So now we're getting some extra income from it. The only thing is I don't know if that got rid of the gold income from this or not. I don't think so. Yeah, no, because the gold income is still coming, but now we also get 5 mana from it. So we could just keep that kind of casting on a rolling basis and really augment our mana income. And I don't think that has any upkeep per se. It just costs some souls up front. That's really the only big cost there. All right, so Transmute Resources. This is one that I'm definitely considering casting. I think I would throw it on a city that, you know, just to help. That would really improve our gold situation again as well. So we've definitely got ways out of our little conundrum, which is very helpful. But yeah, let me know as well. What do you guys think? Where do I need more units? That's the next big question because... Again, we've got this stack with the Banshee and a few other units. I'm thinking Straelak's probably going to need reinforcement eventually, and he's going to need some healing as well. So I really think saving the Imperium for that healing and enemy domain upgrade is going to be useful. But you know what? Let's go peek at what we can see here. So Let's head over kind of towards this. Ooh, look at that. Okay, there's some more of Tarin's units. Ooh. Harlaban Starseer. We've got another hero here, level 7. Oh. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, this might be a good one, actually. We could end the episode with a quick battle here, hopefully. I see only 3 units, so let's go for it. We can engage it here like this. Oh yeah. So just these 3. Let's do it. So this will be a great way to end the episode. You know what? This might have just helped me out. I'm really sensing we have Tarin kind of on the back foot. Whereas Ishka, I'm still more nervous about. So maybe I'll send those units down to try to get into the water, and then we can have them move in to try to help us in the fight with Ishka. All right, so this stack over here is a little bit beat up, so we're going to have to just be a bit cautious there. So, Straelak got this Mana Unchained ability, has a 4-turn cooldown. We could buff a whole bunch of our troopers, which I'm actually quite happy with that ability. It's pretty powerful when you look at it. So let's just kind of move ourselves into a good position here. We're going to buff our undead. Oh, you know what? I should have moved my necromancer right in behind. That's a mistake on my part. Well, we'll do that at least. And our other warlock as well. And our iron golem is in kind of rough shape, so we do have to be a bit careful there. We'll buff our cavalry as well. But we'll put our iron golem like this. And everybody else can just kind of fall in as well. And then what I'm going to do here with Straelak is I'm going to throw this on right here and buff a bunch of our units. Nice. And then everybody else can just kind of hang out. We're going to end it there, let them come to us. Alright, so let's see. Start doing some spell casting. That wouldn't be the worst idea. We could also throw on a restore, maybe. You know what? That's not terrible. Let's throw a restore onto our cavalry there. And we'll hit him with a soul fire, because why the heck not? Might as well blast the hero for some damage. And then let's let them come to us one more turn here. Just want to see, is there anything else? I don't think they're in... Oh, they are in cursing range. Perfect. Thunder and Curse it is. Excellent. And then our other warlock here can actually curse the hero. Oh, you know what? I should have cursed him before I did my spell casting. Oh, well. Alright, let him come. Ooh, yikes. That hero just used burning on a bunch of our units. That's kind of unpleasant, especially being undead. Alright, we're fine. We can tank that damage without too much trouble. Nice. Okay, that unit's toast. Cavalry can just annihilate. Actually, yeah, let's get rid of the hero first, because that's the more threatening target. There we go. The Night Guard, oh yeah, we can just obliterate them. Especially with our boosts, that's fantastic. So let's just make that happen, and then we're done. Excellent. That's wonderful. Look at that. Extra knowledge, we got some more souls, and we eliminated another hero from Tarin. We can sell that hero's remains potentially as well to obtain some additional gold and some more level ups for units. That's always good. Yeah, ultimately very happy with that outcome. And there we go, another hero captured. Oh, and this one we've actually captured alive, it would appear. So let's take a look. He's got a lightning orb. He's got those juggernaut greaves, which are pretty decent. And he's just got these wands as well. So I'm not going to let him go. We're going to just keep him in the prison, and maybe we can upgrade our prison eventually as well. Suppose we could also try and recruit him. All right, let's close that out. So, the next thing might be, let's take a quick peek underground. Yeah, so this is not the... I don't think this is the Throne City. Or is it? No, Throne City is not discovered. Okay, so Anvil is not the Throne City. It's just a town. And that makes sense, given that it is not... you can see it's not super powerful. It's only a 6 population city. So I guess then the question now becomes, should I try and siege Anvil, or should I just keep looking for the Throne City and really try to go for the kill? I'm inclined to maybe keep looking for the Throne City if I can find it. The only thing is I'd have to go across the water here, so maybe do a bit of scouting. But let me know what you guys think. And I think, like I said, I think this is going to be a great place to end the episode, so we'll move back up above ground. We've got our units here ready to go, so we'll park them like that. And all in all, pretty happy with how this episode went. I mean, some really good developments. We've really got Tarin on the back foot. And for Ishka, we're at least now in a position where we can probably win this fight if we were to engage it. And I mean, if we were to wait another 2 turns, we'll even have some help from our vassal potentially. So all in all, very happy with how things are going. So let's just zoom out. We'll save it right here. We will call this First Series, Episode 15. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.